And we jump straight into the action. You've already got Asuna pushed all the way up towards Hookah. But when you look at the rest of the team, it's going to be a short push onto this A site. The dash in, that's the tailwind from Dicey. mummAy is there to greet him with a frenzy of all things. mummAy starts to back off, gets jump shot from Steel with the classic. And he's going to have to fall back as well as he's down to 11 HP. Started to pull for that Nano Swarm, has to back off. The Alarm Bot leaves his target vulnerable, and that kind of initiates a push from him. Doesn't work out so well. The push continues to move in that direction, and Food's going to gobble it all up. It's all down to Asuna, who was across the map with full HP.
Spawn Asuna or go in a head-to-head battle to just keep him there as he's trying to be that flank watcher, trying to be the one that's going to cut them on rotations and eventually flank. Now he's stuck in a 4 versus 1. It's going to be a very tough one to win, and while they know this, that Asuna has to fall back towards the A main, then you do have FNS going for the flank himself because the spike was dropped closer to the site. That said, though, it's going to be an eco 400 Thieves, and Dicey opens it up onto FNS, and that upgrades into a Phantom, and to keep pushing forward. But unfortunately, the spike falls first, and mummAy drops with 2. So that's short A under control, and they also drop the Phantom upgrade towards the showers, and Envy continue to hold their ground.
Envy stalwart on the defense thus far. Nitro, the last man standing. He's had a couple of huge plays this event. People were concerned whether or not Nitro would plug directly in, and at first, all we really had to go off was Twitch clips. Excuse me, when it came to Bind, they had this great setup with jcstani and the Boombot that they would take control of mid with. But here it's going to be Food who's pushing through in the showers. mummAy there with the backup as well. Now mummAy does fall, but the advantage stays in favor of Envy. Yet again, 100 Thieves not having too much success the early round, going the way of their opposition. It's all falling onto Nitro yet again. He's in the showers, and the round's been rinsed down the drain, as it's a 1-on-4 and 4 rounds on the board for Envy, about to become 5.
100 Thieves really want to try to control both extremities of the map so far with these gun rounds. And you saw that triple setup as they're trying to get into the showers, a triple push. Patel was that recon dart that went back, and you saw how they adapted from Envy, though. Come out of position, that forces the hand for 100 Thieves to jump outside of Hookah, but it's still being held towards that back. And that's what I'm telling you about Kaboose. That's 3 kills for him. And that's only going to be 1 more remaining. He still has knives, and Dicey's in a predicament on this 5 versus 1.
Important to note, too, 100 Thieves have typically had a very strong attacking half on this map. In that series against Sentinels.
That's going to push him out of position from the back side here. That's courtesy of Steel. Left. But as they're still playing the passive side on Lamps, they still have a better angle for Envy, and it shows. FNS gets the kill onto Steel himself, and they spray through the smoke, the wall bang onto Hiko. A second one for Kaboose. And it just continues on for this man as the Rays, as they're solidifying the defense and even the lead versus 100 Thieves on this first half.
As yet another round goes live. Number 10, double-digit rounds, but not a single one in favor of 100 Thieves. Cyber Cage goes out, but it's a little bit too slow, so FNS will fall to Dicey as they continue to push fast into this A site. But no, he accidentally dashes into the portal. So that'll be a bit of a mistake because it takes away the lead performer here, typically for 100 Thieves. Now, at the same point in time, they've still managed to get the spike down, but they did lose Dicey across the map in a battle against Food. crashies is going to spot one with the Owl Drone, and the dart sends Steel back into the showers. That gives crashies an opportunity to move out further. Unfortunately, the timing will not work well for him, as Steel has been the MVP of the round for 100 Thieves. As Food tries to come through with just 2 HP, a self-heal is necessary. And that Killjoy ult is down, so the lockdown not going to detain anyone. As he waits for his health to tick back up to as close to full as he can get it. 98 HP is all he's going to get, as he has to now dive bomb the spike to try and get the defuse. Quick kill coming out, but ultimately it'll be the 4K from Steel to save the day.
And Envy still haven't, they've been relentless pretty much on the way that they're taking this map control, pushing aggressively early into the round. This time towards Hookah, it gets stopped. But as this mixed buy is coming through, we are once again counting on Dicey with the knives. But he does connect onto FNS. So that works out. He upgrades to a Phantom, and they also open up the site to have a moment of salvation for 100 Thieves to potentially put a second round into this half. And mummAy is going to be the one that's going to try to move forward, but you also still have Kaboose alive. So it's still not out of the woods yet for 100 Thieves. They're just waiting for these smokes to dissipate, and they could try to work together. They have the paranoia to work with from mummAy on top of that. That's going to blind Dicey, but at least the crossfire is there to allow Asuna to get the frag onto Caboose. So last one to go is mummAy. That clock is ticking down. He's just going to wind it down. He doesn't mind for them to lose the round in the end, but it'll be nice to get a couple of kills for mummAy to just continue, there you go, to just continue to be crisp once they take the attacker side. And there you go, finally, Dicey gets the third kill into the round thanks to his kunais, and it's going to be 10-2 to end the first half in favor of Envy.
We'll see if that's going to be the case. Nitro kicks things off with a pick-off onto Food. Great nade as well. The paint shell's doing significant damage to Caboose. There's a dart in Nitro's side that's going to initiate a nade toss in his direction. Has to be careful. Does manage to get around it, but ends up falling to FNS, who gets into position. Nitro was still on the site, but ultimately does go down after just one more. Envy swarms the site and brings things down to 2. Hiko trying to do what he can with the shock darts, but the spike will be planted, and now it's retake time.
At least you have 2 at low HP here, Fox. So that's going to be FNS low, Caboose low, but Steel fallen. And it's back to Hiko on an attempt at a 3 versus 1. So he has the information where at least FNS is at, and also where Caboose is at from where the paint shells flew by, sorry. And now they're going to go for a double peek. That's where he's looking exactly where Caboose is, but it's still going to be crashies that solidifies the round for Envy.
And I like what 100 Thieves is doing here. Getting aggressive, using this lighter hardware to try and take that battle straight to the faces, and oh no.
Yeah, big.
That is a brutal paranoia. That flash can be oh so intense. Dicey's trying to find safety in those swirling winds, but not able to, as eventually the bullets will pour through and he will succumb to his injuries, as does Nitro coming through the portal. It all falls on the boomers. Hiko and Steel, what can they do with just pistols? We've seen impressive moments from them in the past, but it's not going to happen today. 13-2, Envy puts on a clinic on Bind, and 100 Thieves fail to get that early start they needed.
To the roster in terms of crashes in food. We'll see if they could continue their dominance versus 100 Thieves. As we said before in the pregame, we didn't see them get tested a lot, so we'll see what they're going to try to do. And it starts off with that double push from the Young Guns, but it's still going to be stopped by a passive play from 100 Thieves for the 100 Thieves at the A main.
Dicey waiting around the corner. There's the frenzy to take down 2. That's a fast 1-2 punch coming in from the Jet for 100 Thieves. Caboose pushed up on ramp right now, but it's Envy who's at a disadvantage, and a strong start here from 100 Thieves. The Steel picks off Food as well at the bottom of ropes. Nice turnaround from what we saw in the previous map, as it now comes down to 1 and 1 alone, and that's going to be a great way to kick things off. A nice way to forget that first map. 100 Thieves money from sort of snowballing out of control.
Ooh. mummAy falling back, and they actually use FNS's cameras as well to see if they're going to push out towards that ramp. They did. He came back, got the first kill. Asuna trying to even out the tally. He gets 2 of his own with the Spectre, and he avenges his teammate and puts it back in advantage of the 100 Thieves. And Asuna is moving forward with the showstopper, looking for his opponents inside the sewers, but does not connect. The paint shell's coming down, forcing him out, but he's falling back. Caboose is now running forward, and he's going to catch him off guard. A backstab of his own. A 3 versus 3 as Food has made it inside the site to get a kill, but Hiko immediately trades it back. It's a 2 versus 2. As they have their own duels across the map on the A side with the spike being planted. That's Hiko now on his own. At 22 HP, all he has left is a fault line, and also the angle. The wall bang onto Food. The information given away as he trips over the trap wire. As Envy, with the showstopper still available, paint shells in the air. And Hiko, oh my god, he's playing it so well here for this 1 versus 1. Caboose is just playing that time. He's the one that's playing it super well. He goes for the jiggle peek from the blast pack, and he's just counting it down, and he still manages to get the kill onto Hiko on the 1 versus 1. So the Clutch Master gets clutched himself.
Which at times can feel like an ult in and of itself. So powerful with that scoped rifle. Hiko throws down another flashpoint, decides to back off. It's the right call, as Envy has gathered up control of mailroom. They're going to be splitting on to B. Only 1 player coming through from B main. That will be Omen. That's Food.
30 seconds left.
Hiko's got to be careful as they're coming around the corner. The nade lands right in his lap. That's the first kill coming through. Nitro on the site. Here's the blast back being popped. 23 seconds left as they start to gather up control of the site, and Steel is all the way across the map. The round is lost, and Steel knows it. And they've got 3 players currently grouping up over towards ramp. And that'll be crashies. Popping his ult, moving in towards heaven. Kaboose gonna just send a rocket straight to the face of Steel. Look at the bait and switch that's coming in from Envy currently. This is masterfully played. They've made them believe that this is going to be an A hit, when in reality the spike is over on B. Sure, kills are piling up for 100 Thieves, but surprise, the spike's all the way across the map, and mummAy's in a position where he can get out of dodge. And now they've pushed in through to spawn. Food's able to catch off Nitro, and the plan starts to work out for them. 3-on-3, the number is still not an advantage for Envy, but they've got time on their side if they've already managed to exhaust some of that clock. Hiko somehow catches Food off guard. The flash comes through, and he can't get around the corner in time, with low HP picked off by the Ghost. mummAy with a quick shot coming out from the operator, but it's going to fall onto him. The Blade Storm gets popped. mummAy, though, missing, and now it's down to a one-on-one. It's Up versus Breach. The stun from the Breach, the fault line not working out. Getting around the corner is mummAy, and that's it. The round, like you said, it's over. mummAy's gonna die here, as is Hiko, but it's okay. Envy's won the round.
Maybe turn around as they finally have a full gun round, rather, and the weaponry that they need and that they wanted for the 100 Thieves side.
Dicey sitting in position with the op, but there's FNS picking off Asuna, who tried to fly in with the showstopper. Now they have to fall back just a bit and try and regroup. Envy found an opener, but it quickly fell apart for them, and it's down to just 2. It's the Cypher and Breach, FNS and crashies. They have spike control at the very least, but Steel is waiting at the top side of ropes.
Oh no.
Great damage dealt, but somehow not able to finish off either target. Does the turret find a kill? We'll find out in just a second. No, not gonna be. Hiko is there to make sure that's not a possibility.
But now Nitro is looking to put a dark cover towards the A main. You did have a cyber cage and a camera, so they know where one offer is at, and it's gonna be Nitro that connects onto mummAy, who is trying to dash across into the A ramp. And now from the shadows, and Steel working from the air at the A heaven is also able to hold the aggressive push coming in from Envy. The crashies have made it his way inside the site, gets the first kill. A nice fake plant, actually. He looks for the angle, but unfortunately on the timing, looks back. And Asuna takes the upper hand. You only have one more to go. Food with 11 HP. I like it. I mean, with a 3 versus 1, you're counting your positive moments, and you hope to get an orb into your favor before you die. Yeah, they are looking for this right now, so they could just go for a buy at least towards the last round, and it's dashing up towards the heavens. But Dicey and Steel hold it with a nanoswarm and the operator. As another gets dropped, it's a 5-on-2 situation as they're trying to look up with the last 2. Crashies, one of the players that unfortunately couldn't upgrade. Asuna looking to move forward, checks the 50, takes him down, and it's all up to Food.
Food waiting for Asuna, who flies in and gets obliterated by the Singer. Food may be a little bit too aggressive to find that final kill on the round. That second half, and we see them on attack. Food sneaking up. Can't quite get the angle right. Steel is holding it perfectly. Hiko is backed off. Nitro is watching the exit as well. They have an appreciation that this could be going on, but do they get away? No. Now Kaboose is going to fly into position, and the flash was perfect. That leaves Nitro staring at the surface of the sun. Kaboose is going to fly into sight. That puts a lot of pressure on the young fragger Asuna, who's currently up in heaven, but the spike is going to be planted, and Asuna's got too many corners to clear. So it will be a 5-on-3 post plant, and Envy's in great positions for this.
Well, the showstopper is going to give a chance for mummAy to position himself, but it's immediately traded out. He got 1, so he did his job. It's a 4-on-2 in favor of Envy, as you have Asuna that's still looking to retake this with Dicey. Dicey has his own operator, which would make it difficult for them to go for that retake. They still have paint shells to work with where they can clear this corner. There you go. He throws it into the area, and that maybe could flush somebody out, but it's a little bit, no, it connects right on the dot. Football, showstopper to come out, connects onto another one. He pulls himself up. It's a 1 versus 1 as Dicey dashes in with the frenzy, picking up the Vandal, and now it's all up to the time. Unfortunately, it's wasted. Crashies wins that one, and no matter what, the spike was going to go off, and Envy ties the first half, 6-6. Attack is still very good. Now we have to see how the 100 Thieves are going to play their pistol, how the 100 Thieves are going to play their attack. And it starts with Dicey getting the first kill as he dashed over towards the A ramp, while the rest of them are pushing up towards ropes, and they're able to take down Food. that means that the A site is now open for business. The rotation is coming through from the last 3 players that actually stacked towards the B side. FNS is already on his own to start things off, and as he slows down finally, he's met up with his teammates where Nitro is forced to fall back. FNS still manages to get the frag, and they're looking to push back into the A site.
The pistol round right now, numbers advantage for 100 Thieves, but Envy's got sight control. Steal with an execution onto Caboose, putting a bullet in the back of Envy's one player towards screen. Steel's now up in heaven, trying to do more. Steal with the jump shot, make it 3. Great work for 100 Thieves in the pistol to take the lead. Mailroom, that's going to push Asuna back just a bit to dodge the paint shells. Another paint shell's coming out, but it's a little bit further. Nice flash to lead them in. The fault line comes in, but it's a little late. There is a kill there coming in for both sides, but it leaves Envy with the advantage of 4 on 3. This is a round that 100 Thieves really needed to win. They could not afford to fumble this one away and lose that lead to Envy, with them now on the defense. Crashies sending out some flashpoints. That helps FNS go for the peak. Nitro dive bombs the site, and it works out well as 100 Thieves take control of B, but quickly through that dark cover, mummAy picks off Nitro. And now it's a 1-on-2. Hiko's got to go back and scoop up the spike with just 15 seconds left. He's going to have to grab it and start moving towards the site quickly.
10 seconds
One has gone down the stairs and will potentially spam through this box as he goes for that dedicated spike plant. Yeah, there's the push through. There's not much that can be done. mummAy with great work, finding a 3K here and bringing the score to 7 apiece.
Gun round, they're looking to go for some type of aggressive plays towards the B side, and it's an ultimate towards heaven, but Caboose gets the first kill with the boom bot. Fully blinded as FNS. He eats a couple of paint shells, forced to fall back inside the site, but Caboose leans over, gets the first kill onto Steel, a second one onto Dicey to put the third onto the board. Make that a 4th, looking for the ace, as Nitro, again, unfortunately, on a 5 versus 1 this time, but Food stops him.
Loss for the attacking side as 100 Thieves is trying to gain control. And look at this. Food is in a great position. Do they know this? That's another 1-for-1. Nitro goes down. Dicey gets the trade. There's the Killjoy ult coming in, the lockdown. Breach is still on the B site. mummAy has to move out of position, but that's a quick shot coming down onto Dicey. Now, the ult does give them control of B, at least for the time being, as Crashies has backed out of sight and surrendered it over. Neural Theft will give away player positions. Rolling Thunder coming up, and it's right on the money, but it creates a skeet shooting-like scenario for mummAy, and he can't connect with the op. It does come down to 1. It's Steel, and not able to survive against FNS. It's 12 rounds now on the board for Envy. A great take towards B, but it was a back-and-forth battle early on.
Right now, that Yinsu talked about. After 128 teams, down to 100 Thieves, and also to Envy. But Envy are at map point, looking to make this 2-0, and it starts off well as FNS runs around the map and gets 2 kills of his own. He's fully flash, and he has a teammate to help him out. Somehow he's still alive, and finally gets dropped by Hiko. Hiko trying to run inside the site, crossed hard by 2 players. 1 more to go. It's gonna be Steel that gets dropped by Crashies, and we end the second half 13-9 for Envy.
Livers.
Yeah, right now definitely using duelists for individual plays, selfish plays as Reyna instead of Raze seems to be the case for both of these teams. And it starts off with a great pistol, a trade-off of 4 versus 4. Cyber cages to come up and her turtle sight in the back of the site, but mummAy at the staircase, another frenzy, 2 kills going on in his favor. But then Crashies is just gonna end it, unfortunately.
The Hunter's Fury sending pulses out. FNS is waiting right around the corner. There's players in B main, just has to be patient right now as the Lear comes through first and blinds him. Nice dash coming out from Dicey, but it's not enough to get past FNS, who manages to pick up 1 more. Yet again, it's Hiko all alone, and Envy just keep things going. The gas pedal is currently pressed to the floor.
Food has to run it back. So that's information at least on the first one running through. A dart spots the second one, so they're gonna spray through the default box, but Food still comes out on the white swing to save his teammate. Hunter's Fury to come out. Food is still looking to save his life in the front, but they line up, and he takes 2 with the Hunter's Fury. You also have control towards the back of the site, as it seems as though we do have the Omen already making his way with Nitro. Watching the rotation, but he loses the fight to Caboose up on catwalk. A 3 versus 2, a spray through the smoke. Caboose is down to 81 HP, but they have wasted enough time here for Envy to eventually come in for a crunch time into the A site. Trade after trade, though. It's going to be Hiko looking to clutch this out. He's spotted. He's wide swinging on 2 players, but cannot get a single one.
Player advantage early on.
That's what we mentioned before, Buck, at the pregame of this map. Even though you have a lead, maintain your composure, and mummAy does so. A connection onto Asuna, crashes with the crossfire. He's able to get the kill, but that's 3, made that 4 simultaneous kills towards that mid side, and A as they're trying to pinch from Envy on that mid side.
B site. But there's the pulses coming out. They're trying to take down the ult for the killjoy, and it works out. So they pop that ult, and they manage to eliminate the threat. Steel still moving in. Spray coming down towards the stairs.
Okay.
Nice shooting by both him and Asuna to make it a favorable round. FNS and Kaboose trying to do what they can, but it all falls onto Kaboose, who pops Empress. Now in a 1v3, a target in spawn spotted them as they try to go around the corner. There's the Lear to lead them in, and yeah, not really much that Nitro can do about that one.
Oh, an off shot miss as he dismisses. Oh my god, that was so good from Kaboose. Now he gets inside the site, the Lear. That 2 versus 1, but a perfect recon dart spots him towards the cabin. The right click then comes in from Dicey, and they save that round for the 100 Thieves, and I loved it. The
timing from Envy on the ult pop. Everything lands on crashies, who's currently in sight. The cross shot is right on the money. That buys time for crashies, who's currently on site. mummAy maybe just saving the day with that quick shot that comes out. Now, crashies may have seen the barrel around the corner. That's the spike going down. Hiko's trying to move into position. crashies now has to keep his head on a swivel. There's a player on both sides. Now, the nano swarm will land in sight just outside of hell, but there's the quick shot coming in from crashies. He's now brought it down to a one-on-one. It's crashies versus the clutch god himself, Hiko, who's trying to spam those boxes in sight to spot out his final target. There's the shock dart coming in, looking to do additional damage. crashies with a huge play to cap off the first half. A big 3K to give MV round number 9. Multiple threats from that defense. Steel is on site, and oh boy, Steel's gonna need some help. The turret gets taken down. Paranoia pours into that position. Nice quick shot coming out from Steel, doing what he can. But the spike will be planted. Dicey's looking for that target that should have been short. Hiko's going to pick one off, and that's actually the spike planter going down as the shock dart lands right on the money. Now Dicey hits an initial dink shot, has to follow it up with a shot in the toe. But regardless, 100 Thieves have themselves in a great position. It's now 2-on-4. The frenzy in close position, not going to work out so well, and it's all up to mummAy. mummAy's picked off one, trying to make it work, but there's just too many targets, and they are far too close.
going to be the 100 Thieves as they're going for a 3-man stack up on Catwalk. The participation medal so far was that they were able to put down food to 5 HP before he has to heal back up, but then Dicey has different plans. He peeks out on the Catwalk, he takes 2, make that even a 3rd one, but it gets traded off finally by crashies. Killing spree has been stopped, but it's still a 2-man advantage in favor of the defenders.
One enemy remaining.
Well, so much for that strong push coming in from Envy here after picking up that nice round previously. crashies all alone with a bulldog. We'll see if that bulldog is all bark, no bite. It seems to be the case. Asuna peeks out from Catwalk. 4 players survive as 100 Thieves fire right back to this point currently as they try to cap off an impressive run that would see them take #1 seed at Riot's event. There's Kaboose with the kill, and I love the dismiss past the nano swarm, getting past that digital molly, as Rivington calls it. Steals on site over towards the generator, and Kaboose is just cutting them to pieces. It all falls down onto 2. Asuna pops his ult as well, figures, what can I do? This is a bit of an odd ult coming out from crashies, but it doesn't matter in the end. Kaboose will get that 3rd and final kill. Envy goes flawless in the grand finals with a 3-0 victory over 100 Thieves.